Hello!
Oh!
It's Higurashi time.
Oh!
For those of you that haven't been following Dumaneko or our activities elsewhere on the internet,
Oh!
we've just had a 2.5 week break because of Christmas and New Year's, so I have no idea what's going on.
You know what? That's fine, because me neither. It's gonna be fun, getting back into the swing of things. I feel like I had all sorts of stuff to talk about at the end of last episode that I didn't get to. I don't remember what that was. Down the drain. Throw it out of here. We don't need it anymore.
The moment has passed.
We don't need it. I feel like I had something to say about anime fight scenes, but it's fine. We'll have a chance to do it later, I'm sure. Point is,
I think the last bits we had the baseball game, we had the barbecue, and then we've had the tips about Teppei or whatever his name is. Teppei.
Hojo Teppei, I think.
Yeah, so I'm assuming he's about to show up.
What? No.
I don't remember.
He's an irrelevant character.
I don't remember.
Put him out of your
me
mind.
2.5 weeks ago thought the same thing. Probably did. I trust me 2.5 weeks ago. I don't know if I trust me now.
Maybe we should check the tapes. Go back. Watch the most recent episode. Do it. Like and subscribe.
All right. Let's get back to business.
Now,
we have a rule.
It's perfect. What was the rule? I forget what the point numbers were. Does it matter?
If there's no clues,
okay,
and it's not dad,
okay,
we get 10 points.
Okay.
I think.
It's not dad, we get, because I'm always going to guess mom, because it has to be mom. And if it is dad, then Ryushi gets 5 points.
Something like that. Listen.
Let's just go with that. That's the new rule. It's the new rule.
Are we just changing this rule every time it comes up?
Yes, that's the joke. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
That's the bit.
That's the bit, guys.
Even though we'll probably pick the same thing as last, it doesn't matter.
Whatever.
So I'm going to go with mom.
All right.
And if it's dad, then we get points. And if it's mom, then he gets 5 points. Ryushi gets points. Keiichi doesn't get any points.
I'm just going to trust you to declare the points, because I'm lost. Go for it.
Okay. Morning, Keiichi. My, what time did you go to sleep?
I did not sleep well last night at all.
Why? Oh, wait. No, that's bad. Wait, hold on.
You...
Ryushi gets 5 points.
Does he?
Yes. Yes, he does. That's what I said. You went along with it. You fool. You fool.
You changed it.
No, I didn't.
I said one thing, you said another thing, and then I think you changed it the second time you said it. So I'm gonna have to go through an editing. So fuck it. We're giving Ryushi 5 points. We're giving him 5. Fuck the rule. The rule's over with for today.
No, we can't. We already did that once. We can't do it again. Ryushi gets 5 points.
Specifically that rule is over for today. Today's new rule.
It's such a good rule.
Today's new rule is that anytime Ben fucks up, Ryushi gets 10 points. Anytime I fuck up, Ryushi gets 1 point.
That's fucked up, dude.
It is, but that's what you deserve.
I'm okay with it.
My mother can tell from a single glance.
God damn you.
I had the worst dreams. Nightmares, very ominous dreams, one after another, again and again.
Oh.
I woke up after each one, but I could never even remember a fraction of what they'd been about.
So I should keep a dream diary.
It's true, you should.
Wake up,
a journal for every day of the month.
But it was like those dreams were predicting something unpleasant. I really don't want to tangent, but I have an interesting dream story.
You monster, no! We don't have time for this!
I'm not going to do it. I'm going to get into editing and I'm going to type it in the comments.
I also have one, but that's... Okay, good.
We're going to type out dream stories in the comments.
We're going to tell dream stories.
All right, everyone
do this.
Put dream stories in the comments.
Do it.
This episode's called Dream Stories.
Dream Stories?
Yes.
That's the title, done.
Done.
Nothing about dogs.
I woke up in a terrible mood. Why would it be dogs?
I don't know. Why would we talk about dogs never being put in a corner? Don't worry about it. Don't put a dog in the corner. No, wait. Oh, that's not what it was. It was don't keep a dog out of his corner. Don't keep a dog out of his corner. I say it all the time. Don't get it wrong. Is that 10 points to Irie? Does that count?
Can we? Yeah, that's 10 points to Irie. I'm sorry.
He deserves it. He deserves it. He's a golden god.
Now. You're a rock star. Every day has been calm and fun before today, right? Those days should continue on unchanging. And yet...
We should never take breaks.
Keep going. Keep going.
We just can't take breaks.
Can't do it.
And yet anxiety was the only emotion growing within me. Why was that? Nightmares reflect your own anxiety. They show an uneasy mind that...
What is happening? Is this a tangent about anxiety now?
No.
We don't want that.
They show an uneasy mind that which you shouldn't admit to normally.
Uh-huh, good. Yeah, don't do that.
Yesterday, I remembered the ominous conversations about Satoshi I had with Shion, Mion, and Rena.
Who's Satoshi?
I don't even remember anymore.
Is that have any similarity to Cousin Ivan? He's a cool guy.
Right.
Yeah.
My mind felt like it was in a black fog because we talked about that. If I lived every day without causing a fuss, my reward would be even more peaceful days. Or ever more peaceful days.
This is less tangential.
Oh my god, why?
We were discussing yesterday. We were discussing yesterday miasma imagery, which will probably be in the post-edit recap for Arc 2.
Good.
And this is another line that's, bringing that up.
The black fog of Angmar.
I'm excited to see where that goes.
Okay.
If I lived every day without causing a fuss, my reward would be ever more peaceful days. I understood that, so why did I cause such discord? But now that I thought about it calmly, a simple verbal slip in my part couldn't possibly change the world. Yeah, as long as I'm sorry for doing it and never talk about it again, there's nothing that anyone can blame me for, right? Besides, how would my fate possibly change just because I talked about that? Nothing was going to change. Yeah, nothing would change. Nothing would change. Nothing would change.
The more you repeat it, the more it makes sense.
Exactly.
That's a creepy smile. If you're still half asleep, then go wash your face.
I finally cheered up enough to smile, and Mom slapped me right back down. I was irritated again.
Nice work, Mom.
Well done.
You fucked, Keiichi.
There wasn't much time left before I had to meet up with Rena. I frantically started to get ready to go to school.
Have a good day. Watch out for cars.
Is this the bit where he gets run over finally?
Here it comes for.
There's barely any cars to watch out for in Amazawa anyway.
Oh wait, no, Oishi's gonna show up and ask
No,
questions.
it's fine. Don't worry about it. There's only one car that comes around here, the police vehicle. It's gonna happen.
I dashed out the front door. The morning air was far more refreshing than the water on my face. That's right, Keiichi Maebara. If you're sorry enough about it and reflect upon your mistakes, that's enough.
Worked last time.
Now let's pull yourself together and get to school, and return to fun, enjoyable days, where everyone laughs, plays, and just has a good time. I'll be nice to Satoko as an apology, too. Yeah, wasn't I supposed to be her Nini until Satoshi got back?
Yeah, that's a good plan.
The memories are starting to come back, man.
Oh, it's so nostalgic. These sweet summer days. Good morning, Keiichi-kun.
Rena, too, looked nothing like she had yesterday when she said that weird stuff.
Oh,
If only I could figure... What?
I remembered that scene when Mion and Rena and Keiichi were walking home, and then Rena went.
Oh, that's right.
She went bananas.
Yes.
And Mion slapped her.
That's right.
I keep forgetting that scene is in this arc. It's a good scene though.
That was a pretty big one to forget. But
Yeah,
I'm glad.
yeah.
I'm glad we're
It's
back
a
on
really
the ball.
important scene. I remember it. You know. Neither confirm or deny the importance of the scene.
I'm sure it means nothing.
The scene that I brought up to you that I wanted you to remember.
If I could only forget, then I could still act like nothing had happened. So I called out to her with all the energy I could muster. Hey. Morning, Rena. Early as usual today.
Oh, Keiichi. Oh. Flash fade. Morning.
Morning. Good morning.
Morning.
Jerry, what are you doing in middle school?
Fucking dashes out the door.
It was a little time before the same
Did we
morning.
kill him?
Well, I mean, he's a corpse. He's a zombie now. The Jerry lore slowly expands. So he's
God.
mute. He's a zombie.
And he's dead.
And he's named Jerry.
He's named Jerry. It's true.
That's always the last
He's
one.
named Jerry. Perfect. Make a wiki
There's a little
page.
time before the same old morning.
Go to the
homework
Higurashi wiki page and add Jerry in there.
Please do that.
But Satoko and Rika-chan were unusually absent.
Oh, that's weird.
Maybe they went to play somewhere.
Sure, it's nothing.
After looking over and seeing none of their things, so it looked like they really hadn't come to school.
They're almost never late.
Rena seemed to be enjoying herself thinking about what their excuse for being late would be. Mian said something nonsensical as well, imagining how funny the reason they were late must have been. I'd only come to school to see their energetic faces, since I figured it would get rid of these feelings I have. The load on my chest remained where it was. It wasn't very pleasant at all.
Good morning, everyone. President, if you would. Everybody stand up.
Our teacher finally arrived, and finally I heard the pitter-patter of footsteps running down the hall.
Oh, they're here.
Oh, thank goodness. I thought they died.
Yeah, thank goodness Rika and Satoko are here.
Clatter.
Rika-chan was the first one to run through the open door. And then Satoko didn't come.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. You're late, Furude-san. Where's Hojo-san?
It was unusual for Rika-chan to be late, but equally unusual for Satoko, a ball of energy, to be absent at all. Everyone's eyes went wide at the series of strange events.
Satoko might be a little bit late.
Did she come down with something? She's come down with a case of the uncle.
Nah. Yeah,
The
who
teacher...
knows? It could be anything.
The teacher walked over to Rika-chan and they started talking in hushed tones.
Uh-oh.
Whoa, that was a transition a bit. Rika-chan is late and Satoko is absent. I guess crazy things can happen. Stares at camera.
You're right. But I wonder what happened to Satoko-chan. Is she sick?
Why now when I most wanted to see Satoko's energetic face. The unease that had been building since last night tightened within my chest.
Such dramatic timing of events.
Oh, Kei-chan, you worry too much. Sometimes girls of her age can't help but stay home sick.
Me-chan, you're supposed to say that, you're not supposed to say that around boys.
Mion laughed indecently.
Oh my.
Normally I would laugh along with her, but right now I just didn't feel like it.
Oh no.
This is very high stress.
It's post-shadowing.
Homer ended and we all went to talk to Rika-chan in the short time we had before the first period started.
Hey, Rika-chan, you look so sad. So very sad when getting yelled at for being late. I'll make sure to pet you today. I was very aware of my gloom this morning, so I strove to keep my tone cheerful. And my voice actor did not comply. And it's very intentional, I swear.
That's alright, that's alright.
I petted Rika-chan's head the same way as she always did, but she didn't cheer up at all.
Meep.
What happened to Satoko? Did she get sick?
For instance, she got a fever from playing around too much yesterday. If that had been her response, I would have accepted it in a flash. But the atmosphere around Rika-chan felt somehow heavy. It was a little weird and actually made my unease worse. Hey, come on. There's certain things you can't talk to boys about. Kei-chan, back to your seat.
And acting just like a club president, pulled me back to my chair. Rika-chan's gaze immediately fell back to her desk and she hung her head gloomily. Rika-chan had said something odd, that Satoko might be a little bit late. They were living together, weren't they? And she would have known for sure. She wouldn't have said might. I didn't understand why she was absent, and that made me all the more anxious. Damn it, what's going on today? It's like we started off on the wrong foot and it wasn't going to get any better.
Wow, that's just the story in a nutshell.
Yeah. What's the matter, Keiichi-kun? You seem pretty down this morning.
Rena noticed how I looked and whispered to me while the teacher wasn't looking. Do I really seem that way?
Yeah, you look like shit. Even Rena's starting to feel down just looking at you.
Whoa.
I thought of jokingly saying then don't look at me, but I didn't even feel like doing that.
Oh. Is it something you can tell Rena? I don't know what you're worried about, but if I can help, then you can tell me, okay?
I won't tease you, Rena said this looking me straight in the eye. Until yesterday, nothing strange had happened and it was a lot of fun.
Rena's eyes widened for a moment, not understanding what I meant, but she remained silent and listened.
It was peaceful and fun. Every day was lively. I never had any doubt things would stay that way forever.
Yeah, you're right. Every day is fun. I'm sure today will be too.
You're sure? How do you know?
Well...
Rena, feeling perplexed, couldn't think of something to say. I didn't blame her. What I was trying to say seemed a little confusing even to me. When I think about it, I've been anxious lately. Like maybe since every day is fun, one day all of a sudden it'd get really dark like a light bulb turned off.
Is that post-shadowing?
Post-shadowing!
We get the judges in on post-shadowing?
Orders in, it's definitely post-shadowing.
Thank you, judges.
Orders in. That's what judges say, right? Yeah, Rena kind of understands how you feel.
Rena nodded gently at Ben's joke.
Thank you. We've always been taught that it wouldn't only be good things happening to us. Sometimes I'm scared of what's going on behind the fun. It's a little bit sad, but because of that, we'll learn how to do our best to make sure that the fun never stops.
I'm glad that you noticed that the speech marks broke between those, weren't closed between those two lines.
Yeah, that was very weird, but it's pacing, you know, they're trying to pad out her, because she's speaking slowly and methodically and very deliberately.
I feel like this is something we were talking about before the break.
We definitely have,
about the way that this is translated in kind of a different style.
Yeah. There are a lot more segments. It's flows a bit differently.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'd love to sit down and do some analysis on it. I guess we kind of are, but
I suppose we are.
I see.
The whole thing again. So it's not a bad thing that you think our fun lives might not go on forever, Keiichi-kun. Kind of like if there was a volcanic eruption tomorrow and everyone died.
I really hope this is foreshadowing. And I have
a theory.
I have a right.
I don't know, dude.
Hey, wait, that's terrible.
If you were the only one who survived the catastrophe, Keiichi-kun, how would you feel?
How would I... imagine myself being that sole survivor of the ruins in Hinamizawa. Rubble and the bodies of friends lying in heaps at my feet. I'm loving this foreshadowing. It was such an abhorrent sight. Was it sadder that all my friends had died? Or was it sadder that I couldn't have died with them? I didn't know which, but I'd probably cry a lot. It'd probably break my heart. First, I think I'd cry.
And then maybe you would think this. If this was my destiny, then I should have made sure every day before this was as fun as possible. So I had no regrets.
Didn't want to consider such a horrible event to be my destiny, but... I probably would think that.
The fun times will end one day, and nobody knows when they will.
Damn, that's threatening.
It makes sense to live each day to the fullest so that if it does happen tomorrow, you don't regret anything.
Yeah.
It's really hard to think like that. A lot of people take their everyday happiness for granted. They think tomorrow will be the same as today, so they leave things they could do today for tomorrow. They leave the kindness they could have shown today until tomorrow.
Rena was usually cheerful and silly, but right now she wasn't like that at all. She was taking my trouble seriously. It was a little reassuring.
Because she's the best!
I really like how
love her
Rena's
so much.
being portrayed the further we go into the story.
Yes!
Because
she really does care.
yeah, because I mean, like, in the first arc, I think, despite being framed the opposite, it was very obvious to me that this was Rena's character.
Yep, there's something underneath that silly, persona.
Well,
that
not even that, but, like,
Yeah.
the way that she acted was in this way. She was always being supportive and there, and it was, like, Keiichi's madness that was perceiving her as being the enemy.
No confirming or
Like,
denying.
you could tell that despite being rejected the whole time, she was still trying to do the best thing possible for her friends. And, like, the more we've gone on in the story, the more that's been pulled to the forefront rather than just being a background element, and I'm really liking the pacing at which that's happening because it never feels forced.
Yep.
Like, to some extent, if we'd opened with this kind of dialogue, it could have been like, oh, fuck, just stop espousing your worldview to me.
As I've said, this was the story that told me about the power of friendship when I had thought it was the dumbest thing in the world.
Yeah.
Rena is in many ways symbolic of this change in attitude in myself.
I think I can...
There's a reason why I attached to her so strongly.
Yeah, I think I can definitely see the way that has kind of lent itself to that.
Yep. Yeah. But Keiichi-kun, you realized it. I think that's a wonderful thing. So that unease you have, I think you should keep it close to your heart.
Keep my unease close.
Yeah. Everyone might die tomorrow in a big catastrophe, so you should be really nice to everyone today. So when the end really does come, you don't regret it.
Alright, I'm putting my timer on for tomorrow.
Doomsday clock! Here we go!
Do you do that, Rena? Live like you would have no regrets if everyone died tomorrow?
Yep.
Such a hyperbolic conversation, but Rena just gave me a nonchalant nod of her head.
Rena knows what it's like for the fun times to end overnight. She knows there's no proof tomorrow will be fun, even if today is. I'm living life to the fullest.
That seems like a really stilted way to, like, speak that out.
It is. It's also a slogan. Living life to the fullest is definitely something I would think of as, like, this is on the side of a cereal box.
Yeah, right?
I think they could have translated that a little bit differently, but I do think that the sentiment is still there.
I do wonder if, you know, going back to the whole thing of the translation being different here, if, like, this was an intentionally clunky one to,
Maybe.
like, make the point from a written perspective rather than from a readable perspective.
I don't know. I don't know. I have trouble believing something like that. I think that's a bit weird. A weird thing to do.
Well, the thing is, I still think it could be a conscious choice. I don't agree, if that was the choice, I don't necessarily agree with it, because I think it should still flow as speech if you're writing speech. But it is the kind of thing that happens where you're like, oh man, this would make a really good, like, finishing point for the sentence, ... life to the fullest.
It would be great for, like, you know, a big speech or an essay or something, but not so much for a casual conversation. Yeah, definitely.
It seemed like Rena perfectly understood all the anxiety I couldn't put into words. And on top of that, like a reliable teacher, she showed me what to do. Oh, hey, Keiichi Mayabar. There's no need to cry now. Last night, I feel like I had a dream about Satoko. I don't remember what kind of dream it was, but ever since this morning, I felt anxious.
Because you thought seeing Satoko-chan's energetic face would cheer you up?
She was right on the money. If everyone had been here with smiles on their faces this morning, then the merc in my heart would have definitely been blown to smithereens.
Then, if Satoko-chan arrives, you'll have to be nice to her.
There is just so much destruction imagery in this, and I love it. I love it.
Actually, it's totally fine if you play usual pranks on each other, as long as you're having fun.
Yeah, you're right.
She's such a mom. Oh my god.
So that even if these fun days come to an end, I'd have no regrets. I couldn't tell if what Rena told me had been comforting or just made me more anxious, but it was enough to make me think that if I saw Satoko again, I'd be honest with her.
Transition.
Smooth transition.
Yeah, that was the thing.
Now we're just straight back to where
I
we
was
were
in
anyway.
such a good atmospheric like moment, and I'm like, oh yeah, we're reading a novel. Well, shit.
It is one of the things that this game definitely does let itself down with is the scripting is just like if that had just faded out as it transitioned instead of just cutting, it would have been a really good transition.
This is one thing that we're not going to spoil Umineko, but when we get to Umineko, you know, when you're reading the novels and you get to Umineko, the amount of control that Ryukishi has over the soundtrack and the sprite positioning and all that sort of stuff is so much tighter.
Yeah.
Like, there are, especially towards the second half of the story, there are some scenes that you're like, how did he script this to, like, line up so perfectly? It's insane. It's beautiful.
I think the other thing that I very much appreciated more about the opening of Umineko is that everything had a sound effect. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, it's kind of a gag that I don't read the sound effects, but at the same time, it's like, oh, it's just not a nice way to read.
Yeah, it's a quality of life thing,
Yeah.
for sure. Because obviously Ryukishi is still an excellent writer in this, but there's a lot of technical stuff to do with the engine and coding and stuff that I guess he just learnt more about. I'm very interested in seeing if that change starts in the answer arcs, because obviously I haven't read those. But I guess we'll find out. I'm excited.
Lunchtime arrived with everyone pushing their desks together like always. Satoko wasn't here.
Yeah.
Despite that, we had bento boxes for 5 lined up on our desks.
Yeah.
Riki-chan had made bento for Satoko too. Was Satoko supposed to be here before lunch? Riki-chan was clearly acting strangely. We were talking to her, but it felt like she was too far away to hear us. I'd never seen Riki-chan so downcast, so the rest of us started feeling down too.
Hey, Rena, I understood what she had said before pretty well. When we were together, we were supposed to have lots of fun so we wouldn't have any regrets if the world ended tomorrow. And yet, well, I just resolved myself to do it, and now we can't all be together. What the hell?
Yeah, we have good times before things go poorly, right?
Plenty of time before that happens.
Yeah, tomorrow, right?
Exactly.
Because it was just so sudden, wasn't it?
So good.
I mean, yesterday was fun, so who could believe it would all end today?
Oh.
No volcanoes had erupted, no earthquakes or fires had happened either. The cicadas were making the same noises they did yesterday, and the sun remained bright in the sky. It was the same normal day as always, so then why?
I do like that. I think this is kind of the first time it's explicitly said it, but like, the cicadas were making the same noise they did yesterday and the sun remained bright in the sky. Like, that's the normal day.
Yep.
But yet every time we get to stressful moments, it's like, the cicadas are deafening, the sun's bearing down on me.
Yep.
It really speaks a lot for how, I think, not necessarily how people perceive stressful moments, but at least how Ryukishi is portraying them. The idea that, like, everything that is normal starts to encroach upon you.
Yep. I love the different use of language, for sure. How, like, it's different intensities of the cicadas, and, like, I love him.
I do wonder if this is just the break talking, because this is kind of being ever present throughout the whole story.
I mean, it's a good example, right?
Yeah.
It's like, this is when things are starting to go wrong, so we hear them, we see the sun, they exist, but we don't fully understand their context and meaning yet.
Yeah.
Well, we do, because we've read the first 2 arcs. Anyway.
As I pondered, Rena's chopsticks reached out in front of my face and stole the fried chicken out of my bento.
Oh, go Rena. I fucking love her so much. If no one else wants it, Rena will take it. It's delicious.
Rena tossed the entire piece into her mouth and began munching on it, ignoring the fact that there was a needle I put in there as revenge for 2 arcs ago.
What?
Her expression was one of bliss.
And then she died. No!
I'm such an old man. Rena got a leg up on me. All right, this old man's taking this bit of steak here.
Oh. Meep. All my food is gone except my rice.
Riki-chan, also behind the curve, smiled again and went for someone else's bento.
Oh.
As I sat there dazed at how quickly everyone had changed, Rena sent a wink over to me.
Rena, I love you, marry me. Come on, Keiichi-kun. Live life to the fullest. That way, if volcano erupts tomorrow, it'll be okay. Star.
This is serious. I'll be damned if dried plums and rice are the only things I have left for lunch. I'm taking that meatball.
No, you're not. Oh, he took it.
I stuffed the meat into my mouth and constructed a clumsy smile.
What a butt.
I played along as if trying to fool myself. As if trying to fool yourself?
Man.
But as I did, it rapidly became less and less of an act.
Yeah. He's a cutie.
Satoko still wasn't here, but at some point we had regained our lively lunchtime. We had fun, we smiled, and we fooled around. Thanks, everyone. This was definitely the best thing to do. This way, when Satoko suddenly dropped by, we would welcome her with our best smiles. The more I smiled, the more I felt the anxiety from this morning. I can't help but feel like something's about to happen because we're having the everything was fine screen.
It's fine. Don't transition. Just stay on the screen.
The more I smiled, the more I felt the anxiety from this morning clearing away.
And everything was fine.
Let's just go back and read the last scene again. We don't need to hit the next button. Nothing.
Let's just stay in the loop.
It's gonna be fine.
Let's just relive these same 3 days over and over again. It's fine.
Wasn't there a proverb that went something like "Fortune comes in by a merry gate"?
What?
I think so. If it's true, then this old man will roll around the floor laughing 24/7.
Rihanna thinks it's true. If you laugh every day, it'll be fun every day. Rihanna has a way with words.
Then should we try it out? Everyone took a deep breath and brought their faces together, locking shoulders, and then...
What the fuck?
Does this work? I feel like this is kind of the thing where like the initial absurdity would be like this is weird and uncomfortable, and then you start
and then you get
laughing
into
at
it.
that.
And then you get into it, and
Yeah.
then it's done. I love this fucking nerd so much. Oh no.
I feel like I should cut what we just said because it's gross.
It ruins the scene.
Yeah, right?
We ruined it. Cut it.
Oh, okay, that'll be in a bonus clip. Hit the thing in the top right if you want to see it. Be warned, your day will be ruined. By the time our bento boxes were empty, everyone was right as rain.
Such a wholesome scene.
Oh,
And
God.
that's the end of the chapter.
Oh, nothing bad will happen.
Nothing bad. No volcanoes.
That'll
No
be
death,
fine.
destruction. It'll be
Oh,
fun.
it's gonna be perfect. Perfecto. I don't know if we have tips, so I'm just kind of filling the airtime. Nope, we don't have tips.
We don't have tips today.
Oh, do
We
we?
have one more chapter and then we have tips. So.
Heck it, let's do a double.
Yes!
This end up
this is
being
my
an hour and a
favorite.
half.
This is my favorite kind of chapter.
If
A
this
double
ends up
chapter.
being incredibly depressing, and I mean, we can always cut it.
It's true.
If we cut it, welcome back.
Welcome back to the episode!
If not, having heard our friendly banter,
Oh.
Tamada-kun and Nakamura-kun walked up and timidly spoke to us.
Excuse me, Maibara-san. Sorry to interrupt your fun, but... Ooh, we need your help with something. Ooh.
They grinned dryly and scratched their heads.
Woo.
What could it be? Want to know how to remove censor bars in porn magazines?
Tell us.
By the way, don't believe what you hear about butter doing the trick. Total superstition.
What?
You can't use an eraser either.
Wait, what? Seriously? That's not what we're here for.
Said Tamada-kun, elbowing Nakamura-kun.
We're a bunch of perverts. Actually, our ball got caught in the gutter on the second floor. We should go get it. And not fall or anything. We were thinking you might be able to reach it since you're so very tall.
Yeah, Keiichi's 2 stories tall,
Yeah.
as we all know.
He's like twice their size, okay?
This is why he lives in a mansion, because he actually takes up both stories of it.
It's not 2 stories, it's just one continuous.
Yeah.
Yeah, one continuous room. That makes sense.
Upstairs is just the roof.
Yeah, that's why they need such a large garage.
Oh,
for
you're
their
right.
oversized
That's why
vehicles.
he's never seen his dad's art in the garage, because it's
Yeah.
just where he lives, and it's an illusion to fool the audience.
What? So that makes sense to me. Makes sense to me.
I see. Asking an upperclassman for help comes with its price, you know.
Uh-oh.
I'm not cheap. You can't buy me out so easily.
Tamada-kun and Nakamura-kun conversed for a short time, then gave their replies.
Porn. We'll give you the right to take a nap during class, Maibara-san. Alright.
I'm gonna pause.
That's
I'm
all
gonna
right.
think about this.
No.
No deal.
No deal. We don't need naps. We want fun times. How does that sound?
What do you mean? I can sleep during class whenever I want.
Yes!
Why do I need your permission for?
KG, professional delinquent.
This is you.
Oh, right. Oh, no, you can. The next time you take a nap, we'll tell Sensei about it. Woo.
So this has gone from an offer to blackmail.
Yeah, so this is the stick now.
I see how sly.
Ah, you little... Where did you learn to bargain like that?
Sorry. It was just a little joke.
Come on, Kei-chan, why not just cave into your underclassman's threats?
And now Mion was getting on my nerves. Suddenly it came to me and I took Tomodaku no Nakamura-kun's hands.
Oh no.
Alright, I surrender. I'll get your ball for you. So you give me all the rights to nap time.
Okay.
Look, Mion, I now have the privilege, but you don't, do you? Tomodaku Nakamura-kun, tell on Mion as soon as she falls asleep. Got it.
Oh, yeah!
Ren and Rika-chan began to cackle at Keiichi-kun's victory.
Nice. So blazing it on a shirt.
I wasn't sure how the ball managed to get stuck up there, but it was planted firmly in the school building's second floor gutter. Alright, now it's a ball, and it's above the ground.
You're probably throwing it, maybe.
Yeah, I think
somewhere.
so.
Maybe at the ground?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you throw it to the ground.
I think that's how that would work.
And then it bounces off the ground.
Yeah, because if you threw it straight up, then it'd just go over the building.
Exactly, you'd be on the other side of the building.
Yeah,
it's
like
gonna get on the building.
Buildings play by one hand, one hand, one bounce.
Yeah, one hand, one bounce. Two steps.
Except it's gutter instead of...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's worth 3 points though, so it's
Is
all
it?
good. Yeah. Gutter ball is worth 3 points.
Oh, but that's like... But if you get out when you're doing it, then...
Oh. Are you playing with American rules? That might be the problem here.
No, I was playing with Venezuelan rules.
Oh, I see. Well, I've never been to Venezuela.
Right. You see, the main thing in
It's hot over
Venezuela
there.
is that you have to use like a skewer, and you throw it at the ball when it's in the air, and if it hits the ball when it's in the air, then the president changes.
That works pretty well, yeah.
See, he's got the stick ready for
Oh, he's got it.
Venezuelan rules.
We're just gonna get the wasabi and we'll stick it on there. We're ready for a good old-fashioned witch hunt. Let's go.
Hand me that stick. I should be able to reach it. Here we go. Yeah. I took a bamboo pole and poked the ball with it. Damn, it's hard. Come on.
Oh, he got it. You got it, my Barasan. Thank you so much.
The ball rolled down the gutter and fell behind the school building.
Oh.
My underclassmen ran over in that direction.
4 points.
Into the, into the wood chipper.
Oh, that's not so good.
Their screams were audible through the valley. Leaving me by myself.
And thus the tragedy began.
Mission complete, I guess, now that those two idiots can't tell on me for napping. Still a lot of time left until lunch break was over. I guess I might have enough time to finish that meat off that they've left in the wood chipper.
What?
Yes,
don't eat us,
I guess I should go back to the
Don't eat
classroom.
us.
I'd absorb myself in a silly conversation with everyone and wait for afternoon classes and for the police to leave.
Oh my god.
Just when I
Where's
thought that
Oishi?
and turned towards the entrance, someone suddenly called out to me.
Where's Oishi when we actually need him? Oh, there he is! There he is! Woo!
I'm wondering if you knew that and like timed it.
No, I didn't!
Oh, there we go. Okay.
I have never been more happy in my life! That might look like I set that up, but it didn't. Alright.
Why is he here so early?
I don't know! I mean, I could have a guess, but let's see here. It has been a while since I have done Oishi voice, but it is not terrible with difficult voice. Hello there, good day. Sorry for bothering you during your lunch break.
It was a middle-aged man I didn't know.
Yes.
Or maybe I'd passed by him a few times in the prison and I'd seen his face, but I didn't know him.
No.
He's a professional delinquent after all.
It's true.
I really like that was the sound clip that started to play when I said that.
He's a professional delinquent.
Ah.
When his half smile deepened, something within me shuddered with fear. There was no basis for that. No reason. But I shuddered.
Keiichi's got great dramatic timing sense.
Yeah, he does. He's pretty good at it.
I was somewhat confused about those emotions, not quite understanding them myself. There's one thing I could say though. Nobody but teachers and students should be at school. This person shouldn't have been here.
Oh no.
Ooishi draws knife.
Oh shit.
I felt less of a tremble and more of a sense of dread, like a brilliantly colored poisonous caterpillar were crawling across my forehead. A feeling of disgust that neither itchy nor gross could describe as the frizzly, dreadful hair rubbed against my brow. I didn't even want to see his face. I wanted to jump backward and run away. An unpleasant feeling for which I didn't know the cause.
So something else I like to look at, as I've mentioned many times, is the relationship between Keiichi and Oishi.
Yes.
It seems to be even worse than usual, and neither of them have said more than a sentence. It's very strange.
It is very strange.
Very strange.
It seems like every time the two of them meet, it is on account of something else happening,
Yeah.
and their relationship is always a result of that thing.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think that's a stretch or particularly insightful.
The circumstances that they meet
Yeah.
affect their relationship.
The reason I bring that up though, because like I feel like that's pretty obvious. The reason I bring it up is I do wonder, like, in the progression of this storytelling, where the circumstances getting worse now, does it continue to get worse and that leads to a good outcome? Does it continue to get worse and we get a bunch of complications that happen because of that? Does it start to get better and that leads to the good result? Or does it start to get better and does that mean that other things deteriorate? Like, it's a puzzle piece that can be played in so many different ways, and I really wonder where it's going to go.
Figuring out Oishi and like what he wants and how he acts and why he always seems to end up chatting with Keiichi, all that sort of stuff is gonna be really interesting, I think, to puzzle out.
Because aside from the first arc, like both of their motivations have more or less been the same on the surface. I think it's definitely gonna come down to, especially for Oishi and less so Keiichi, what his behind the scenes motivation is rather than his like, chief, this is what I'm doing motivation.
Sure,
I don't know if I'm getting more suspicious of Ooishi. I feel like I am, but I'm still not getting suspicious of him in a sense of like responsibility, more like danger.
Maybe.
Like, I still don't think he's the one behind anything, but I feel like he is going to end up being more of a problem down the line.
But he is just a happy jolly man with air conditioning. What can I possibly do to you?
That is an excellent question, sir. The other side of myself has nothing but questions. Hey, what are you doing? What are you disgusted by? This is the first time you've met him. It's rude to hate someone for no reason. No answers were coming. I held my silence, waiting, a damp sweat running down my forehead. When he saw that, Oishi thought maybe he was being intimidating and gave me a relaxed smile.
Oh, please excuse me. I'm no one suspicious, I assure you, Felix. No, I'm Oishi from the Okonomi Police Department. Wait, where did I put my card? What? Oh, this is... What?
He fished through various pockets, then finally found his police ID and showed it to me, grinning dryly. He may have been trying to use those clumsy-seeming actions to ease my anxiety, but I could definitely say it didn't work.
Or he was trying to hide something.
Maybe. Yeah, it's fine.
Why was I this nervous? There was a reason, of course. If I wanted today to be the same as before, then today didn't need someone who hadn't been in here back then.
That is a very interesting twist on Rena's advice.
If something changes, it must be bad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
It's great.
The fact that a man who wasn't here yesterday showed up today meant that today would be a different day than those before it. That would mark the end of fun and happy days. Oof.
Ooh. Solidarity, my dudes.
Damn.
Nothing matters but the club.
I gulped and erased that ominous conclusion from my mind.
Oh, good on you.
Calm down, Keiichi Maibar. It's just an old guy who looks kind of perverted and came from the police department. Don't go deciding that the fun times are over. He just came here because of his job. Yeah, just for his job.
Yeah.
If he's working, then he would normally go to the teacher's lounge, right? In fact, he spoke to me, yes. It must have been to ask where it was. Are you looking for the teacher's lounge? You just have to go through the entrance, and I didn't want to look at this man for another second, so I started pushing things along. Ooishi, however, didn't seem to have any interest in the teacher's lounge.
Oh, no, I don't have anything to do there. Could I get you to call a friend of yours if I may be so bold?
A friend? Who?
A girl.
Wow, look at that jaw. What the heck has happened to his mouth?
He's got like old man face.
That man needs to see a dentist. Hopefully not the same one that has Takano's dental records, because I don't trust that one.
Sure. Could you call Satoko Hojo-san for me?
I'm in literal shock.
My consciousness grew faint.
So is Keiichi.
Like I was about to pass out. Yes, my anxiety was realized. The dreadful, disgusting caterpillar was looking at me and about to crawl into my ear. Its frizzly, dreadful hair was touching my ear cavity. That's how bad it felt.
I wonder why he chose this imagery. It seems very specific.
It does.
What did the police need with Satoko?
Oh, no, it's nothing important.
Yeah, that's why I came here in the middle of the school days.
I am just policeman. Policemen do not have official business. I just did 2 or 3 things to ask.
It's not like if it was normal, he would have gone to the teacher's lounge and asked the teacher.
No. It's very normal to ask underage students for
by
information.
the book, as I'm sure you're aware.
Over bar, not under.
It's nothing important.
I just had 2 or 3 things to ask. I'd like it if you could cooperate with me.
Why? Why have all people visit Satoko? Why would a police officer come here in the middle of the day for something that wasn't important? This man was strange. I could smell it. And it smelled bad. Just a whiff of it made me want to grimace. I knew that this man couldn't possibly be here to deliver her lost wallet or anything. I couldn't imagine what he needed from Satoko, but it had to be something unpleasant. My throat stung with a burning pain. Burned like a parched, crevice wasteland. The wasteland broke apart deep in my throat and brought out the words from deep in my mind. You may need something from her, but I don't think Satoko needs anything from you. Could you please leave?
Damn.
That's pretty forward.
That's pretty intense. Let's see how this goes.
Oishi probably hadn't expected that reply. He stood there surprised for a few moments. I did as well. I hadn't thought words like that could ever come out of my mouth. Things might still work out. This guy may have shown up out of the blue, but if I drove him off, maybe I could make it so that it never happened. If I could do that, then I could get back. The peace we had until yesterday, I could get it back.
No. Well, you sure are strict. Are you Satoko's manager, perhaps? Can I not see her without an appointment?
If you just want to talk to her, shouldn't you just call her? Barging into school in the middle of the day isn't normal.
Breaking through it. I saw quotation marks! It's 3 words! No! It doesn't count!
10 points. Also, if we cut this off the previous episode, that's rules from previous one.
It's true, it doesn't matter if it's only 1 point.
Breaking through a dam, thematics, would have been the perfect analogy to use.
So sad. It wasn't even like a dumb mistake, it was just quotation marks.
I know, normally I would have called that our point, but
it's okay.
We said what we were gonna do.
It's okay, we're sticking with it, we're sticking to our guns.
Intent.
When we say something like, don't keep a dog out of its corner, we mean it.
Yeah, like when I say I'm gonna edit something out and then leave it in,
we mean it.
we mean it.
We mean it. God damn it.
I meant it. I
You did.
swear.
I always mean it. Thank you very much.
Why didn't I like this man?
I don't know.
This man shouldn't have been here.
He's a cop, it's fine.
I needed to make it so this man wasn't here. This is reminding me a lot of the dialogue that we started to get from Keiichi at the end of Arc 1.
What?
Childish, selfish emotions bubbled up from the depths of my mind, and they each came out of my mouth just as it had been formed. Not liking the guy was my own problem, but to say things so bluntly to him, even I thought I was crazy.
Oh, you're the logical sort, aren't you? I'm not too good with people who talk like that.
I'm not too good with people who think.
Pulls gun.
Ooishi grinned and snatched at his sweaty throat. Even as he feigned stupidity, I could tell he was irritated.
I love this man.
Hey, Keiichi Mayabar, why am I looking for a fight with this old policeman here? It's not like he brought the gift of misfortune with him all wrapped up in paper, right?
Oh, he absolutely did.
It's not like he's the angel of death or anything.
Right?
That's definitely not a nickname that he has in the fandom. What?
It wasn't like he... What?
What? What?
It wasn't like he had brought a package
Oh.
of misfortune with him and was asking me to sign here.
It
please.
wasn't like he had brought a package, Felix.
I read it like 4 times and I was like, I'm reading it wrong, oh no, it's just wrong.
Yeah, that's alright, that's alright. Translators, get on that.
Rationally speaking, I understood all that, so then why was I so... Finally, I outlasted Oishi in our game of silence, and he gave a big sigh. And he addressed a few of my female underclassmen running around nearby.
Oh, excuse me, all of you. Do you have a moment? I'd like you to go, Satoko. Hold your son if you could.
The strangest thing about all of this to me is that if Keiichi doesn't want Ooishi to interact with Satoko, he's not just like, well, she's not here, because it's both the truth and gets him out of here.
It's interesting, isn't it?
I mean, I guess you could say that then Keiichi would be thinking like, oh, well, he might go find her elsewhere, but like, this is not the level of thinking I think he's going through.
Yeah, I don't know.
Underclassmen tried to smile in reply, but they noticed the oddly stiff air atmosphere around me and seemed hesitant to give a quick answer. To give Anne quick answer? Come on.
What is happening,
What is going on?
translators?
Also
Or editors, I
the
guess.
oddly stiff air atmosphere.
Yeah.
Pick one. This is jank.
Is she not here? Satoko Hojo-san.
Well, Satoko Hojo-san, she stayed home today.
That's not a little girl's voice! Stayed home, I say with suspiciously evil-looking face.
Jerry, quit getting blood all over the schoolyard.
What?
This policeman is gonna get suspicious if you keep dragging your corpse around here.
His face remained smiling, but his tone was clearly one of ill humor. This is a new face as well. I'm gonna see this in the new images. That's boring.
Yeah.
Wow. New images are let down again.
They are, sorry.
Such a conspicuous spite caused my underclassmen, who had answered honestly, to cringe in fear.
I see. Dear me. I'm quite unlucky.
He was smiling broadly, but the way he laughed didn't make me feel better at all. When he noticed that his laughter wasn't getting anyone else to laugh with him, he immediately stopped.
So, you girls, could you tell me the name of this boy here,
He grabbed the girls by the shoulders so they wouldn't run away and crouched down to address them at eye level. The girls flinched away from the sharp, piercing light in his eyes. And in exchange for their release, they didn't resist and told him my name.
I see. Keiichi Mayabara-san, is that it?
He said my full name. That was all he said, and yet I couldn't help but shudder. It was like he had grabbed me by the collar just with those words.
Oh, could you be the son of the Mayabara family I've heard so much about? I hear that your father is a renowned artist.
I personally haven't heard that.
His works go on display twice a year in the Great Teriyaki exhibition in Tokyo, don't they? I don't know what sort of fantastic pictures he creates, though. Then there's your mother, she seems intelligent too. I heard she was a high academic achiever. She went to some girls' university, didn't she? It is amazing for someone that age to have graduated from a girls' university. Could your mother actually be the daughter of a respectable family? At least these are the rumors, and I say she's a cold person because of it. Did you know that? She only went to the very first neighborhood association meeting, right? It's certainly no good. You can't disrespect your neighbors in a place like this.
I am loving this, but at the same time, what? Like when we were making the comments about their relationship being different this time, I was like, yeah, it's a little bit off the wrong foot, but like, this is less of the wrong foot, and more of a knee to the gut.
It's downright antagonistic right now. This is great. Like, I know shit about your family.
It's also
I'm gonna come after them.
I love the way that this is written.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Your dad, he's renowned. Wow. But
how great is he? And I know everything about him.
No, but he's great. But I've never seen his pictures. Why would I care?
Yeah.
Then there's your mother. She's too. But here's her family, and that's the more important part.
Right.
It's very, very backhanded. It's so good.
It's great. I love his fucking dialogue.
A sense of eeriness slithered up my spine.
That was my first experience of true terror. I couldn't believe it felt this terrible well, I mean, that's where the word comes from. Come on, Keiichi. For someone you've just met to know everything about you already. She clamped onto my shoulders and brought his eyes close to peer into mine.
In a place like this, it would be far better not to make enemies, now wouldn't it? If not...
What the fuck is that sound effect?
It's great. Let's find out.
It was really weird.
Yeah.
She dug into my shoulders with inhuman strength.
Ugh. Yeah. And then if something unexpected were to happen, you might see some drawbacks. Have you ever heard of karma? It's like how a butterfly flapping its wings can cause tornado. Grudges born in strange places could come back to you in ways you wouldn't believe. You wouldn't like that, would you? Nobody wants to have a grudge held against them. There's nothing positive about making enemies. What is the matter? Your shoulders are very stiff. Should I give you a massage? See? It feels good, right?
This man wasn't just strong, it was like he knew exactly where to press to make me feel pain. Only 4 or 5 fingers were on my shoulders, and yet the pain made me want to bend over backwards. A few of the girls from my class were pretty shaken up, but didn't seem to want to help me. They weren't sure if they should go call the teacher. As for me, I couldn't take the time to wait until the teacher got here. It hurts.
Oh, who is it?
Who is it?
Is it Renna? I hope it's Renna. I want to see who it is before I read the line,
Make a bet or it's 10 points.
Well, I don't want to make a bet. You make a bet. Who do you think it is?
No, you get to choose.
Okay. It's Mion then. It's my second choice. Probably the more likely choice.
You want me to read it as Mion?
I'd rather see who it is, but sure, read it as Mion. If it turns out to be Ren, I'll be pissed though.
It's not Mion.
I don't know who it is.
Mion wouldn't start with, would you mind?
I don't know then. Who do you think it is?
Listen, I'll take it because it's on your head.
Okay.
Would you mind leaving things at that? You're hurting him. What?
Yeah, we weren't guessing that. Get out of life. It's on your head.
I mean, 10 points to us. I'm sorry, Ryukishi.
Damn fucking straight.
Surprise character appearances when we're trying to act this nonsense?
Yeah.
I'm not
it's
having none of
almost like he didn't write it for us to read it, but that's horseshit. Doesn't believe. We get 10 points.
Behind Oishi-san, someone.
It's a good thing I didn't read it in that voice, because that very silly voice. Anyway, let's go.
To my disbelief, it was Coach.
Yay! He's here. Oh my! If it isn't Dr. Irie! It certainly has been a while since we were last in touch.
Discomforted by Coach's sudden appearance, Ooishi laughed scornfully. The vice on my shoulders, however, remained as strong as ever.
Oh god, now I gotta do this voice. Okay. Never mind the greetings. That's pretty good. Please, let go of my Abara-kun.
Ooishi smiled daringly and glared straight at Coach. He didn't release me in the meantime, of course.
I was just thinking of stopping by your place later, Doctor. You always seem so busy and we can never have a good chat. Yes, if you want, I'll chat with you all you like. But please, be sure to have a warrant first. After all, otherwise, I could refuse to go voluntarily into questioning.
Coach didn't display a shred of the weird behavior he'd shown at the baseball game and barbecue. He stared steadily at Ooishi and fought so that he would release me. His chances were terribly bad, of course. Compared to the relaxed Ooishi, Coach seemed like he was being defeated mentally. It made sense. Coach had a somewhat narrow stature, but Oishi's body was packed with muscles. It wasn't even a contest. But Coach was fighting for me without taking a step back. Beads of sweat formed on his face, and though he paled, he was fighting for my sake.
Oh, that's sweetie.
Suddenly, Ooishi laughed and let go of my shoulders. My body exhausted, I fell right onto my backside.
My Abara-kun, are you alright?
Damn it. I rubbed my shoulders where Ooishi had latched onto them. The pain from falling over went away quickly, but this pain was lingering.
Are you alright, my Abara-kun? This is terrible.
Shit.
Oh, I was just giving him a little massage. My Abara-san, aren't you over-exaggerating a bit? Boys have got to learn to man up.
I wanted to retort, but I couldn't think of anything witty.
Can you lift your shoulders? Are they in pain? If you're really hurt, then you should have a proper checkup. Let's just go to the nurse's office.
Coach lent me his shoulder and walked beside me.
What an exaggeration. I'd be the last person to do any sort of permanent damage, right? I am still a native police officer, you know. Come, I don't know what you needed to be here for, but if you're finished, please take leave. I'm going to complain about this directly to the chief, so please keep that in mind. Oh, that's a problem, ain't it?
Ooishi-san waved his hand sarcastically, pivoted around and headed to the car parked by the school gates. Without turning back around, he got in and started the engine. Damn it. Who the hell was he, damn it?
He's a detective named Kurado Oishi. And a hooligan. Everyone in the village hates him. Maeba-san, you should be careful too.
Kurado Oishi. It's like I thought, my gut instinct wasn't wrong. He would be the one. The one to bring on happiness, misfortune, something would ruin our peace. Shit. I won't accept it. All these fun days can't possibly end just because some guy like him showed up. I won't accept it. Coach seemed to be familiar with the school, so he brought me to the nurse's office without much trouble. The girls from my class came along as well, looking worried. Our teacher and the principal, having noticed the disturbance, came to see what the matter was.
Mahabara, what's wrong? Are you hurt?
Well, there's this weird man in the schoolyard just now, and...
Oh my god.
1 point.
1 point. Well, there was this weird man in the schoolyard just now, and Mahabara-san.
Coach gently interrupted the girls trying to explain.
No. It looks like he just fell and twisted something. I think he's alright, but if I wanted to make sure, if it's fine with you, I'll borrow the nurse's office for a bit.
Please do, Dr. Irie. Principal gave him a deep bow. Looked like Coach was acquainted with the adults at school.
Holy shit. So many voices in such a short amount of time! There's too many! Showing up out of nowhere.
He slid the door open to the nurse's office.
This is strangely furnished for a logging facility.
It's great. They have a high-budget nurse office.
I suppose they do.
Shitty classrooms, but great nurse's office. That's what the school's known for.
He slid open the door to the nurse's office, but there wasn't a nurse in there or anything. I'd figured. I'd never seen anyone but Chie-sensei and the principal working here. Coach didn't seem to mind the fact that there was no nurse and quickly made his way into the nurse's office. He instructed me to sit down and started washing his hands in the sink. Oh, I get it. He's the coach for the boys' baseball team. Must be pretty used to treating wounds with first aid.
Have we not been introduced to the fact he's a doctor?
I think that we're
about to be, I guess.
Now.
Yeah. I kind of felt like we had already, but...
No, we hadn't at all. You just are guessing things.
Oh my! If it isn't Dr. Irie!
Bastard.
I'm not,
Detectiving. Detectiving. Could you show me where it was? Were you still in pain?
No, it doesn't hurt at all anymore. I'm fine, really. I rolled up my shirt and showed him my shoulder. No bruise, not even nail marks. Yet it had hurt so much I thought my shoulders would be crushed. Even the pain had disappeared without a trace.
Skip the line.
Skip that fucking line.
It just means he's used to doing that.
Used to it, huh?
The next time you meet, don't provoke him. Nothing good will come of making him angry. If you go home with a uniformed policeman by your side, your family won't like that, will they?
Well, you're right.
Still, what happened? Why did you end up in a fight with him?
He came up and said he needed something from Satoko.
Huh? Satoko-chan?
Coach's gaze lowered and his expression clouded a bit. Somehow that gesture seemed he was saying Oishi was bound to come to Satoko and did, and that it was no laughing matter. Coach fell silent in thought.
Yeah.
Quietly he took a compress out of the first aid kit and put it on me.
Oh. Does he still plan on clinging to Satoko-chan? He's a persistent man, I'll give him that. Like a snake.
Coach mumbled to himself.
Mumbled. Yeah, that's what happened.
Cling? Does that Oishi guy go to Satoko's place a lot? Coach didn't answer, but the lack of denial served well enough. What on earth did the policeman, probably a detective or something, need from Satoko? What a mistake had led a detective to cling to the sweetly smiling Satoko.
Maeba-san, all right. You just moved here, didn't you?
Yes, I did, but...
Have you heard anything about Oishi-sama's curse? And about Satoko-chan?
I'm really surprised there was no sound clip for that.
Do-do-do-do.
Well, I knew a few things about it, certainly.
Do-do-do-do-do. Close enough. Close enough.
Satoko's parents were damn proponents and their accidental death was because of the curse, you mean that? Coach smiled thinly and dryly.
So you know.
He said, dropping his gaze. If I recalled correctly, there was an accident on a viewing platform at the public park she'd gone to with her family and her parents died. And then it was just Big Brother and Little Sister, and then she was with Rika-chan and,
When they lost their parents, Satoko-chan and her brother Satoshi-kun were given to their uncle and his wife to care for them.
Oh, is that so? Her parents died in the accident, and Satoshi ran away, leaving only Satoko to start living with Rika-chan. I know that much, but this was the first time I'd heard they'd been brought to their uncle and aunt.
I just want to... Their uncle was Satoko-chan's father's younger brother. Unfortunately, neither of the couple were people deserving of respect.
Coach normally picked his words politely, so when he came out and said they didn't deserve respect, it really made me wonder what kind of people they were.
As soon as Satoko-chan's parents came out in support of the dam, their uncle and aunt took on a lot of shame in the village as well. They would never have welcomed in Satoko-chan and Satoshi-kun. I've heard that, for the siblings, it was a very rough life.
Bit by bit, Coach told me about the numerous agonies the Hojo siblings had suffered at their uncle's house. As their guardians, their aunt and uncle sucked up everything belonging to their immediate family. Satoko and Satoshi were crammed into a small room, and their lives were laden with things that were miserable, both for their bodies and minds. In the first place, since apparently their aunt and uncle weren't on good terms, there was no end to their fighting. And as if in revenge for that, whenever they saw Satoko or Satoshi's face, they'd always find fault with them, scold them, yell at them, strike them, and take away meals as punishment.
Oof. I still shudder to think about it. You've never known any Satoko but the energetic and healthy one now, so you probably couldn't imagine her face being so deathly pale, a girl always standing dazed in the shade of trees.
I couldn't imagine it, and I didn't want to. That was how I honestly felt. But at the very least, Satoko wasn't like that anymore. She may have had a miserable life in the past, but it was different now. Something happened to change that life.
Last year, on the night of the Watanagashi festival, their aunt died. She was beaten to death with a baseball bat by a drug addict.
Is this the first time we've said it was a baseball bat?
I think it might be. No comment.
No comment?
I mean, no confirming or denying. Shit! Fucked it! What?
Oh, that's lovely.
What?
I like this.
What?
I like this a lot.
What?
I love this. Because you see, Satoshi was the one that had, just like Satoshi did last year. Yeah, he was real healthy, running around with his baseball bat and threatening his classmates. It's a good thing that the curse killed someone else took out the curse, so Satoshi didn't have to kill anyone.
The drug addict did.
Yeah. Pause for effect.
Rumors spread of the curse having killed an enemy of the village on the night of the festival. This death wasn't a simple homicide either. They whispered that it was actually Oishiro-sama's curse. A few days later, the deviant arrested for drug use confessed to further offenses, and the incident was resolved. However, though it was resolved, no one knew whether the part about it being Oishiro-sama's curse was true or not.
Yeah, that's the part people didn't know about.
Nobody knows. Their uncle is part of Inamizawa after all. He apparently grew incredibly frightened of Oishiro-sama's curse and went into hiding. From what I've heard, he's staying with a lover somewhere in Okonomiya.
And Satoko and Satoshi, were they released?
Their aunt died and their uncle fled. There was nobody left to torment the siblings then, but, as if picking up their torch, that man started showing up with alarming tenacity.
That man?
That man!
Who could it possibly be?
That man!
And Coach lowered his voice just a bit as if being aware of his surroundings.
I mean Oishi.
Oishi. The guy from literally like 30 seconds ago who for some reason I'm mentioning as though it was...
He's like a caterpillar. He's gonna turn into a beautiful butterfly.
The events that just occurred came back to me. A hard to describe ominous sensation I'd felt from him came back to me.
It is a little strange. The chain of incidents surrounding Oishiro-sama's curse have all been solved, and yet he alone doesn't want to accept that.
Accept it? Incidents were all solved and a detective with the police department didn't accept that.
Then who solved it? People say that something bad will surely happen to those he gets close to. In Hinamizawa, they think Oishi is Oishiro-sama's...
Gaijin!
Whoa! Finally, a segue!
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness.
The door flew open with a rattle and Neon came rushing
Of
in.
this awful voice.
Renner and Rika-chan came running in a few steps behind her, then Tomita-kun, Nakamura-kun, and a few more of our classmates into this one tiny fucking office.
That's not going to go well. It's quite large, actually. It's larger than a classroom. That's where all the fucking money went.
I guess it must have been. Kei-chan, did Ooishi do something to you? Are you hurt?
I can't remember the exact, like, it used to be a logging, office, so I guess they would have to have a pretty big, doctor's area for would have the injuries in the workplace, you know? Calm down, Vion-san.
You keep putting V's just in place of random letters.
Because it's fun.
I guess so.
And then I realized, wait a second, that makes zero sense. Calm down, Vion-san. He's not injured. I only gave him a compass just in vase.
Pause for effect.
Keiichi-kun, are you really okay? Okay? Everyone was saying stuff about how you were being strangled.
Calm down, Renner. You just squeezed my shoulders really hard. See, there's not even a bruise.
His arms just both fall off.
Yeah, there's donk claps of the sound.
It's just a flesh wound.
Yeah, I can keep going. I'll gnaw your legs off. Meep.
Oh, jeez, what the heck are we all doing? We're friends, right? Why were you just standing around? Why didn't you help Kei-chan?
We're sorry, President.
And yelled at our classmates bearing her fangs.
What a bunch of nerds.
Tomita-kun and the others hung their heads in silence.
What about Nakamura-kun?
I think it was to point out that he was the one speaking, in which case, good job, Ben.
Oh. I mean, they have basically the same voice, so...
Just take credit for it, Ben, it's fine.
Okay, sure.
Credit, Neon. Tomita-kun and the others weren't even there. Stop blaming them.
Damn it. Oishi.
Neon kicked the floor with a heel a few times, her temper running hot. Our teacher, overhearing the commotion, arrived as well.
Oh my god. How much room? The whole class is in the nurse's office.
Who is she
teaching? Who is she teaching?
Hey, come on, everyone. Don't make so much noise in the nurse's office. President, take everyone and leave, please.
The president's here. Come on, everyone.
You're not the president.
I'm the president now. Let's get going. I'm taking control of the school.
Renna's taking the Australian politics approach to leadership.
Let's go. Keiichi-kun is fine. You too, Mi-chan.
And was letting her emotions get the best of her, so Renna stepped in instead and let everyone out of the nurse's office.
I think she'd make a great head of the school, honestly.
The detective from Akademia Station, Kurado Oishi. Looked like the first impression I'd gotten from him hadn't been mistaken. Satoko's absence had amplified the vague apprehensions I'd felt since yesterday, and Oishi's appearance basically sealed the deal.
Oh, go away. Go to the scene. I don't want to do your voice anymore.
I thought I was meant to be the one that complained about the voices I picked. I thought that was my job here.
I decided to do something risky, and I don't know that it's paying off. It's alright. I'll do some practice.
I'm enjoying it.
I'll do some practice.
I'm enjoying it plenty.
It slides in a Vigilia, it slides towards. It's great. Anyway, alright.
I mean, that's just how new voices go.
I know,
okay,
you're right.
Listen,
let's be clear.
Tangent.
I am doing this to challenge myself.
Yeah,
so it's okay.
The thing is,
but it's still like.
I mean, that's just when you make a voice, you pick a few touchstons to base it on.
I know.
I know you know, but
okay.
The audience.
We're telling the audience. Audience, listen.
Yeah, you pick a few touchstones that you want to pull certain elements from.
Yeah.
And you make a point of reaching for those when you make the certain sounds that you get close to. But the difficulty is that you're not used to speaking that way, and trying to make a conscious decision on what sounds you make for each letter, phrase, syllable.
It's very tricky, especially when I'm trying to do something that I haven't done before. It's a bit out there.
Yeah.
Shout out to the medic from Team Fortress 2. Anyway.
But the more you do it, the more you get into the rhythm of it, the more comfortable you get with it, and then that's when you start to be more comfortable at adding emotion.
No, you're right.
For you right now, doing emotion and drama for Irie is so fucking hard because he's got this comical voice, but once you get used to those tones...
Oh no, I know, yeah. I'm with you, and I'm hoping that the audience understands this too, because I totally have gone through that phase with many of my voices. Many of my voices have been very comical, but I can turn them into very dramatic ones at certain times. It's good fun.
Yeah, so if you ever get into voice acting type stuff, and you should, because it's good fun, even if it's just for shitty D&D characters.
It's true.
Don't be worried about going fuck, it's drifting to this, fuck, it's drifting to that. Be aware of those things so you can correct it over time as you get more comfortable with it. Even if it means that your Jerry Seinfeld ends up sounding like this, because you just don't like the sound of your Jerry Seinfeld.
Some of the most fun voices that I've done have started off as one thing and then become something completely different.
Absolutely.
For sure. My Ooishi voice is kind of fun to feel out too, because I have like different levels of Russian accent that I can pull off. His is considerably deeper than my usual one, which is fun.
Alrighty.
Anyway, back to German. I mean, Irie. All right, I'll get going. I originally came here for Chie-sensei.
So you had something to do here. Sorry for causing you trouble.
Don't be so humble.
Yeah, be more of a dickhead, he said, smiling easily.
Wow. There was a side benefit to all this. I was lucky enough to experience so much of your soft, silky skin, my Balkun. Oh, foo! Stop!
I'm just trying to figure out how I would word that, like how I would phrase that sound.
Hafu.
I feel like I feel it's like a like that kind of sound.
No, big disagree. Long drawn out sound to establish how cute my Balkun is.
Disagree.
Big cutie. Hafu.
With the usual, for Coach anyway, parting words, he instead continued.
What?
What?
Is he to keep talking or he leaves? Please, excuse me. If you weren't wounded badly, but please, avoid putting pressure on your shoulders or anything along those lines. If you get a high fever or it starts to swell, contact me right away, okay? I don't think it'll happen though.
Oh, that's right, Coach. Before everyone came in, you were going to say something. About what people think Oishi is to Oyashiro-sama.
As he was about to leave the nurse's office, Coach placed a hand on the door and stopped.
Right. They think he's Oyashiro-sama's servant. They're just bad-mouthing him though.
Because it's me!
Oyashiro-sama's servant?
Do you know about the serial freak death incidents that occur in Hinamizawa every year on the night of the Wata Nakashi festival, otherwise known as Oyashiro-sama's curse?
What? Freak deaths? What? Now that I thought about it, I did seem to remember overhearing Mion or someone in class talking about it like a ghost story. On the festival day in June, one person would always die, and another person would be spirited away. But they seem to call it demoning away here. What a fine story that was. I figured they made it up to scare me, but it was true?
I don't have any idea who first suggested this, but at some point, everyone started calling Ooishi Oyashiro-sama's servant.
Why is that?
Because the rumors go to that he decides the sacrifices for the curse every year.
Whenever June came around, Oishi would start paying frequent visits to Hinamizawa.
Because Oishi had been persistently questioning most of the dead or disappeared people.
4 years ago, it was known that the victim of the dismemberment, rumored to be the sacrifice, had been seeing Oishi numerous times leading up to the incident. The sacrifices 3 years ago were Satoko's parents. Right before their accidental deaths, Oishi had apparently visited their home. The one who disappeared 2 years ago was Rika-chan's mother, and again people know that before she vanished, Oishi had been talking to her extremely frequently. The one who disappeared last year, Satoko's older brother, Satoshi. Satoshi too had apparently been approached by Oishi many times before he vanished, and then this time Oishi was trying to contact Satoko.
I mean, he talks to lots of people, right? You know, he gets around.
This isn't a freaking joke.
That's fine. They're rumors, my Ba-san. There's just some rumors to that effect.
I hadn't said that because of the rumors of Oishi being Oyashiro-sama's servant, or his contacting someone foreshadowing who would be the sacrifice that year. It was because the ominous hatred I felt towards Oishi was becoming more substantiated, more real.
Today, Satoko, she was absent today, wasn't she?
Wait, what the fuck?
Why?
God.
Alright, that's fine. We're taking points!
How are you?
Points!
Why is
we get points
but
for this shit!
It's a question. Why can't
points!
you be asking?
Because he knows! We get points for this! Let's get 5 points!
5 points.
5 points to make up for the bullshit in this scene.
And there's just this whole...
The whole game. Screw it.
She was absent today, wasn't she, Irie?
Wait, really?
That looked like news to Coach.
Yeah!
The one who
Dr.
apparently
Coach.
didn't ask the question.
That's so strange. Why is he asking?
Whatever.
He should know she wasn't there because he's in school.
I thought he had known why Satoko was absent today, but...
Get a life. I guess he was like trying to broach the question with Irie, like,
suppose.
hey, do you know something? You seem to know a lot.
Yeah.
Then I'll get going. You should go back to the others and put their minds at ease.
After the information you've just given him, I don't think so.
Yeah.
You're right, I will.
I will. Pulls a knife.
Coach left the nurse's office and headed towards the teacher's lounge.
Well then.
Is that scene?
That is definitely
there we
scene.
go. All right, well, that was a fun roller coaster. Have fun editing that.
Oh god.
Oh god.
This is going to be hands down the most edited episode. There was, it was a mess.
I think it's partly because I haven't read this, so I'm not here because I know in Umineko, whenever we were confused, I'd be like, wait, I know this scene.
Yeah.
Like, I'm prepared for this. But this time around, I don't have the foresight to know who's talking at all times. So this is fun. It's a new experience. Oh god. I don't even want to think about the new When They Cry, when we're both completely blind.
God, that's terrifying. Next time!
Next time!